perfect fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Atlanta Falcons. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Cut! 180! 51 for Mike! Ready?
Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Let's get that ball right here. Check. Hold on. Check. Recon, 132 fighter.
Now it's Hines. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
12. 58's to Mike. 58's to Mike. Cornell. Check pass.
They'll try the air now with Goff. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And the play clock running very low, so Dan Quinn decides to call for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
180. Hey, let's go. Super. I'm here all day. 51's a mic. 51.
On first down, gone. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. Allen, the intended receiver. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Check out. 380. 59. Hey, here I come. Here I come. Let's go, Mexico. Here I come. He's checked.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
12. 26 Mike. 26 Mike. Smooth. Get that ball. 26 Mike. 26 Mike. Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. 12. 26 Mike.
Throwing on third down, Luck. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deron Harmon. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. And not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know the fans are thinking right now, I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
Lucky. What?
They'll run on first down. Hines. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Kill. Hey, turn it out.
Goff now to throw. That'll be caught by Kupp. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Here's Goff. Open man, it's Allen.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
Cut. Mike 20. Mike 51. All day, punt. Ringer, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51.
Goff on first down. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Darnell Savage. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If you combine last week... This week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique, and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance. He's helping his team in a huge way.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes to throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
26 Mike. Hey, Charlie.
After the sack on first down, Luck. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebackers are going to drop, what spots on the field they naturally get to, and you find that open space, and then you're in sync with your quarterback. He should be reading the exact same thing, and they put the ball right on you.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. On first down, here's Breida. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Coverage that time by Aaron Colvin.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Mike 52. Mike 52. Hey, Alpha. 52 is the mic right here over there, right? 52 is the mic. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
A shotgun snap for Luck. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Trey Flowers, the former Arkansas Razorback, in there to get him. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Guys, it's game situation. Hey, 5. Mike 40, Mike 40.
Looking to throw on second down. Goff looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. This is more coming. This is more coming.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. We're scoreless after 1.
Come on. 180. It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time.
3rd and 2. Gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Alex Anzalone in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
At the 17-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Go, go, go. 11B.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Love. Buying time to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Let him know, let him know. 12, 26 Mike, 26 Mike. We ain't giving up nothing today. 26 Mike, 26 Mike. Hey, box drop, box drop.
From the gun on 3rd down, Love. And that will be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And he'll take it just outside the 40. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, give them some space, and try and make a 1st down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see.
180. Listen. 58's the money. 58's the money. Get him.
On 1st and 10, gone. They'll get this one to Cup, complete. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else.
Get him, boy. Get him, boy.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the Lions' 40-yard line.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Watch the slack. Twelve. Mike, 58, right there.
Gone. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
We go tonight. 180. Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go. Super one. 51's the mic.
Here's Goff. Cup. He's got it. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 23.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Come on, QB, come on.
Now a give right side. It's Hines. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
We go tonight. 180. Ric Flair. Listen.
We don't want this. Jack!
Merlin.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Goff being chased out left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
3rd down and 6 yards to go.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Jim.
Maverick Wall.
Check 13.
Topper.
Back to throw. Goff. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Matt Gay now gets ready for the field goal try. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And Gay knocks this one through. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the 2nd quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Now a 1st down throw. Luck. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's... Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Lions on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 9.
12.
26 months. 26 months. Quick. Hey, Zoo.
From the gun, here's Locke. He's got his man. It's Kendrick Bourne. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing is Locke. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Evans. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
After the interception, here's Gall. Open man right side is Cup, complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
He's coming. Double up. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Going to give this time to the tailback. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Touchdown, Falcons. Naeem Hines, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. And they come up here now 1st down. Had a bit of a lane there, took advantage of it. Give them 7 there on the 1st down carry. A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Luck, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Detroit. .46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late second quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, bad spot for you. But the defense has all 3 timeouts. So what you're telling your team is ball security number 1. It's not all on the running backs if you decide to run the football. That offensive line has got to protect them and wedge out some space because you can't just kneel. They take 3 timeouts. They're going to get the ball back in good field position with a chance to put points on the board. You've got to try and get a first down and run out this first half.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
20. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Shit.
So they'll keep it on the ground again here. And the defense obviously expecting run as well as they're going to shut that one down at the line of scrimmage. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1.
Not 180. Shell.
And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Now, those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there.
We go, Todd. 20. Check.
Throwing on third. Goff. He'll find Hines out of the backfield. He's going to have the first down past the 20 as he's all the way up to the 24-yard line. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Got the connection here to Bourne. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
26, Mike. 26. Hey, exit. 26, Mike. 26, Mike. You better be afraid.
Back to throw. Love. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Check out. 5, 6, 5. Let's go. Double tight, double tight. Run, man, run, man. 4 down, 4 down. Switch, switch, switch.
From the 50, it's Long. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller, a milestone sack for him as it moves him past Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor, who finished his career with 132.5. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Here's Locke. Complete to the running back, Matt Breida. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third. Luck. And Luck will be intercepted for a third time. Picked off by Justin Evans. And he's able to bring it out 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Slam, slam, slam. Super one.
They begin the drive with Hines, pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
I'm going to hit you.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Orange. Bravo. 58, the mic. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 50.
Now gone. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Alex Anzalone picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
Yes, sir. I'm coming after you.
3rd and long. It's gone. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Here now, Johnny Townsend, as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll field this at the 5. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, the number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
Check out. 380. Go, alert. Go.
Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
go. 180. 12, 12, 12. You mom. Hatchet. 12, 12, 12.
X3, 218, chopper.
Safety creep.
Running out of the gun here, Breida. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
11. 26.
Now Locke. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
It's taken to the 26. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself. That play was well covered, just tried to check it down. Unfortunately, not able to find any yardage on that one.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
Value 3. Check nickel.
And he'll give it here to his running back. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Left. 180. Hey, lift. Switch up.
Goff on 3rd down. And this one to Treadwell, complete. And he's got a 1st down as he's up to the 48. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the 1st. Goff now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Goff. He's got a man. That's Keenan Allen. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. He completes it to Treadwell. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the 1st.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Goff in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
5, 4 down.
Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
You draw Corkers.
Again, Goff. Forced out to his left. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
We go, Todd. Like 20.
Oh, here we go. Oh.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Goff, catch made, it's Moreau. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Foster Moreau, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Yeah, they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
26.
On 1st and 10, Locke. And this one complete to Reed. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down.
Let's go, Mexico. 22-jet bomber. Check. First down.
Luck on 1st down. He'll find Metcalf. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Out of the shotgun, Breida. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
11Z. 11Z.
Now a 1st down throw. Locke. This one into the hands of Metcalf. It's a gain of 14 and a 1st down for Detroit. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Check out. 675.
Defense, keep it up, guys.
Now it's Breida. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Mike 52.
Hey, here we go. Watch.
Hey, high 7.
Now Locke. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. The sack by Brandon Graham. He's been doing that since he entered the league in 2010. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th.
Check 26. 12. Hey, Echo. 26, Mike. 26, Mike.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go.
26, Mike. 26, Mike.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
11.
They snap it to Love. This is caught. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Matt Breida, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead. On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And it's 17-7.
Makes the score Falcons 17, Lions 7. Randy Bullock.
Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
They'll start on the ground with Hines. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They run again with Hines. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
3rd down and 9.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 9.
Here we go. Here we go. Go. Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51.
Let's go, defense.
Here's Goff. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the 50, it's Goff. And he'll find Moreau here. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 10 yards there and a 1st down for the Falcons.
That's another Falcons 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Now left side on the swing pass. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 yards and a 1st down for Atlanta.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
What? 180. Mike 58, right there. Defense focus.
On 1st down, Hines. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10.
51 to Mike.
Throwing now, Goff. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. The 40. The 30. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. Now Bullock to add the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. They're all finished in the bout down in Houston. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
That's it, baby. We got work.
At their own 17-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. He's got a first down and more past the 30. And all the way up to the 46. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Hines. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball.
Hey, Shell.
Check 99. Check 99. Sponge. No.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hines. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. But how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Here now, Johnny Townsend as he's on to punt for Atlanta. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Falcons, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for the Lions, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.